Shabbat Shalom. It sounds even better now that I put my microphone on. So, right? So once again, Shabbat Shalom. And it is quite exciting that we have all those new speakers, and it does sound really beautiful and even more magical than ever. And Luba, you started to play our welcoming song, so you already put us in the mood to welcome Shabbat, so please continue.
The time is now. We've gathered round. So bring all your gifts and bring all your burdens with you. No need to hide. Arms open wide. We gather as one to make a makom kadosh. We come to tell, we come to hear, we come to teach, to learn, we come to grow, and so we say, the time is now. Sing to the one. God's presence is here. Shekhinah, you will dwell among us. We'll make this space a holy place, so separate, so whole. Rejoice every soul who enters here.
Beautiful. And Marilyn, it's great to have you back with us on Ireland. It's weird when you go away and then we don't have you for a week or two during services. So will you please come and light our Shabbat candles? We are on page 120. And while you were not here, we have a new lighter that it is much, much easier.
Shabbat Shalom, everybody.
Shabbat Shalom.
Yeah, right, just,
I have no idea how this works.
can I help you?
What am I supposed to do?
Just press this button, you see.
That lights the candle? Oh.
Wow. Almost.
This is funny.
Perfect.
That was very funny. I will get right to it. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu Lahadlik Neir Shel Shabbat.
Amen.
Blessed are you, Adonai God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot and commands us to kindle the lights of Shabbat.
Amen. Shabbat Shalom. Thank you. And as we welcome each other and we welcome Shabbat, we move to Lechadadi on page 138.
לך דודי לקראת קלי, אללי, 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 בני שבת, נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת קלי, אללי, בני שבת, נקבלה. שמור וזכור בדיבור אחד, השמיענו אל המיוחד. אדוני אחד ושמו אחד, בשם ולתפארת ולתחילה. לך דודי לקראת קלי, אללי, 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 בני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת קלי, אללי, 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 בני שבת נקבלה. לקראת שבת לכו ונלכה, כי מקור הברכה מראש מקדם נסוכה, סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה. לך דודי לקראת קלי, אללי, 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 בני שבת נקבלה. התעוררי, כי באורך קומי אורי, 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 שיר דברי, כבוד אדוני עלייך נגלה. לך דודי לקראת קלי, אללי, בני שבת נקבלה. Shabbat Nekabela.
Would you please rise?
Boi v'shalom ateret bala, gam b'simcha ובצהלה תוך אמונה עם סגולה. בואי חלה, בואי חלה. לך דודי לקראת קלה, יאללה, 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 בני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת קלה, יאללה, יאללה, בני שבת נקבלה.
And we continue to stand as we move to page 144 with Chatzei Kadesh. התגדל והתקדש מרבה, בעל מה דברך יוצא וימליך מלכותך, בחייכון יום אחד, ובחייך בית ישראל, בהגעה בזמן קריב, ואמרו אמן. יש מרבה מבורך, לעולם עולמי עלמיה יתברך, יתברך וישתבח, ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר, ויתעלה ויתהלל, שמי דקדשה בריחו, לילה מנקה בחטא ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, דמירן במה ואמרו Amen. And we continue on page 146.
Baruch hu et Adonai, hamevorach, hamevorach. Baruch Adonai, hamevorach. Leolam, leolam va'ed. Praise Adonai, to whom our praise is due. Praise Adonai, to whom our praise is due. Praise Adonai, to whom our praise is due, now and forever.
Please be seated. We are on page 148, and I found actually a bit different reading that I wanted to share before we say our traditional blessing on bringing this evening. In the beginning, even then, a new light was sown for the righteous, a promise that your light would become the catalyst, first for order and then for hope. Author of Language and Light, help us to use words as you have, to cast light into dark waters and draw out justice and truth. Blessed are you, Adonai, who brings on evening. Baruch atah Adonai, hama'ariv aravim. And on page 150, we continue with Ahavat Olam.
Ahavat olam, Bet Israel, Amecha ahavta, Torah u'mitzvot, Kimu mishpatim, Otanu limadeta. Al ken Adonai Eloheinu, b'shechbenu ufkimeinu nasiach bechukecha. Benizmach bedivrei Toratecha ובמצוותיך לעולם ועד. כי הם חיינו ואורך ימינו ובהם נהגה יומם ולילה.
ברוך אתה אדוני, אוהב עמו ישראל. And we are on page 152 with the Shema, the declaration of our faith. And would you please rise?
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod, Shem Kevod, Malchuto Leolam, Leolam Vaed.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם. אדוני אלוהיכם אמת. Please be seated, and we continue on page 160 with Hashkivenu.
השכיבנו אדוני אלוהינו לשלום, והעמידנו שומרנו לחיים. השכיבנו אדוני אלוהינו לשלום, והעמידנו שומרנו לחיים. Sometimes I lay under the moon, thank God I'm breathing. Then I say, don't take me soon. I'm here for a reason. Sometimes in my tears I drown, but I never let it get me down. So when negativity surrounds, I know someday it'll all turn around. All my life I've been waiting for, praying for the people to say, we don't want to fight no more, there'll be no more wars, and our children will play. One day, one day, one day, one day. It's not about win or lose, 'cause we all lose when they feed on the souls of the innocent. Blood-drenched pavement, keep on moving though the waters stay raging. In this maze you can lose your way, your way. It might drive you crazy, don't let it faze you, no way, no way. Sometimes in my tears I drown, I never let it get me down. So when negativity surrounds, I know someday it'll all turn around. All my life I've been waiting for, praying for the people to say, we don't want to fight no more, there'll be no more wars, and our children will play. One day, one day, one day, one day. One day this all will change, treat people the same, stop with the violence, down with the hate. One day we'll all be free and proud to be under the same sun, singing songs of freedom like whoa, whoa, yo, 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 whoa, whoa, yo, yo, yo. Ashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom, ve'hamidenu shomreinu lechaim. Ashkivenu
on page 164, we are with Tfilat Amidah, the standing prayer. Would you please rise? Adonai, Sefata tiftach, Fi yagid tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, ve'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, ve'Elohei Leah, האל הגדול, הגיבור והנורא, אל עליון, גומל חסדים טובים, וקונה הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם למען שמו באהבה. מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיה כל הצרב להושיעם. מחלחל חיים בחסד, מחיה הכל ברחמים רבים. סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בגבורות, ומיתו מלך, מלך ממית ומחיה, ומצמיח ישועה. בנאמן אתה להחיות הכל, ברוך אתה אדוני, מחיה הכל. On page 170. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יעללוך סלע. ברוך אתה אדוני, האל הקדוש. On page 173, would you please join me in English, the first paragraph on the left. May these hours of rest and renewal open our hearts to joy and our minds to truth. May all who struggle find rest on this day. May all who suffer find solace. May all who hurt find healing on this day. May all who despair find purpose. May all who hunger find fulfillment on this day. And may this day fulfill its promise. Baruch atah Adonai, Mekadesh HaShabbat. And we are on page 174 with Ritze.
Adonai Eloheinu be'amecha Yisrael u'tefilatam be'achava tekabel סוד תמיד עבודת ישראל ישראל עמך אל קרוב לכל קרב פני אל עבדך וכוננו שפוך רוחך עלינו ותחזנה עינינו בשובך לציון.
page 176. מודים אנחנו לך, שאתה הוא אדוני אלוהינו ואלוהי אבותינו ואמותינו, לעולם ועד. צור חיינו מגן נשינו, אתה הוא לדור ודור. We acknowledge with thanks that you are our God and God of our ancestors forever. You are the rock of our lives and the shield of our salvation in every generation. Let us thank you and praise you for our lives which are in your hand and for our souls which are in your care, for your miracles that we experience every day and for your wonders, deeds, and favors at every time of day, evening, morning, and noon. Our good one whose mercies never end, our compassionate one whose kindness never fails. We forever put our hope in you. For all these things are sovereign, let your name be forever praised and blessed. Our God, the Redeemer and Helper, let all who live affirm you and praise your name in truth. Blessed are you, Adonai, your name is goodness, and you are worthy of thanksgiving. Baruch atah Adonai, hatov shemcha, ulecha naheh lehodot. Please be seated, and at this time of our service, let's take a moment for our private prayers and meditations, and we will continue on page 180 in a moment. יהיו לרצון אמרי פי, וגאון ליבי לפניך, Adonai, צורי וגואלי. May the words of my mouth and the meditations of my heart be acceptable to you, Adonai, my rock and my redeemer.
Shalom bimramav uyaseh shalom. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel v'imru amen. May the one who makes peace in the places above also make that peace. Make that peace for us. Let that peace light the dark. Let it open our hearts. Let it find a way. We say amen. Oh, say shalom, shalom aleinu, aleinu ve'el kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom al kol yoshvei tevel v'imru amen. Oh, say shalom, shalom bimromav uyaseh shalom. Shalom aleinu. Let that peace light the dark. Let it open our hearts. Let it find a way. And we say v'imru amen.
Amen. And with this beautiful melody, we continue on page 371 for the prayer of the Mishberach, the prayer for the healing. And if there are any names that you would like to mention that they are not on our list, then please do so. Thank you. Thank you.
מי שברך אבותינו, אברהם, יצחק ויעקב, מי שברך אמותינו, שרה, רבקה, לאה ורחל. May the ones who blessed our mothers, may the ones who blessed our fathers, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, and bless us as well. Bless us with the power of your healing. Bless us with the power of your hope. May our hearts be filled with understanding and be strengthened by the power of your love. מי שברך אבותינו, אברהם, יצחק ויעקב, מי שברך אמותינו, שרה, רבקה, לאה ורחל. May the ones who blessed our mothers, may the ones who blessed our fathers, hear our prayers, hear our prayers, hear our prayers, hear our prayers, and bless us as well.
Thank you. Shabbat Shalom. I think during this time that I am serving this congregation, you probably heard so many of my confessions, more than my friends and family. So another confession, here we go. I realized, especially this week, that I promised to myself, I already do not watch TV, and I do not watch news. I read news online only. And then I said to myself, there is only one website in Hebrew that I read. But even on that website, I find myself going from one article to another article, from one opinion to another opinion. And then there is this analysis and this prediction, and somehow I'm caught in this heaviness, because the world can feel heavy these days. Israel feels very heavy these days. And I presume if we are not careful, we can begin to believe that fear is the only story that is being written. And again, another confession, I'm being really honest, I caught myself doing exactly that. I caught myself looking at these challenges and forgetting that there are also possibilities, and the world is not only about bad things, but it's also about good things. And then at the moment when I caught myself doing it, I realized that it's also exactly what our Torah portion this week talks about. And I think it tells us one of the most tragic stories in the whole Torah, the portion of Shlach Lecha, because Moses sends 12 leaders to the promised land, one from each tribe, and they need to check the promised land. You know the story, right? And they return back, and they carrying this enormous clusters of grapes, proof that the land is exactly as God promised it to be. It's beautiful, everything is possible there. And yet 10 of the 12 of them cannot see that possibility. They see giants, they see danger, they see obstacles, and most importantly, they see that they are very, very small. And they tell the people, we looked like grasshoppers in our own eyes, and so we must have looked in theirs. And this phrase always fascinates me because the Torah never tells us what the giants thought. We hear only what they think, what the spies are not reporting reality, or they reporting their perception, because they have already defeated themselves before any battle even began. Because perception shapes reality. And how often do we ourselves do exactly the same thing? How often do we convince ourselves that we are powerless to change our circumstances, and we cannot influence events, and we cannot make difference? I'm not going to ask you to raise hand if it never happened to you, because somehow I think if each of us will be honest and we will go into deeper self, we will all find ourselves in that situation. Because sometimes the giants are external. Sometimes there are wars and uncertainty and fear and disappointment, and sometimes those giants actually live inside of ourselves. They are regret, the fear of change, the fear of future, self-doubt. And the Israelites standing at this border of the promised land, and they faced that choice. They could move forward into uncertainty, or they could return back to Egypt. Again and again, this thought of going back to something known or to go forward to something absolutely uncertain. And again, this is something that I can absolutely identify myself with. So true in my own life. People sometimes remain in situations that they are really unhealthy because they're familiar, because they feel safe. Difficult job, broken relationship, bad marriage, just because they do not want to leave that moment of something that is very, very familiar. And if I will think about life, it is a little like a marriage. We stay committed not because every day is easy, but because we believe in something larger than the moment. Because we're supposed to grow together, we're supposed to struggle together, and we're supposed to face disappointment together. And real love supposed to be not blind. Real love supposed to see clearly and to choose what is the real way forward. And perhaps this is the message of our portion that's relevant to all of us during this time of our life, because we are frustrated in political situation in whatever country we will take, for example. We are disappointed in our institutions, in our leaders, in what happens around the world. And the lesson is that despair is never a strategy that can save us. Because those two leaders that came back, Joshua and Caleb, that saw exactly the same land as everyone else. They saw the same giants. They saw the same risks as everyone else. But the difference was not what they saw. The difference was what they believed they can do. They believed that fear did not get to them to have that final saying, that final word. They believed that the future could still be built. They believed that God had not brought them through all that suffering and through the Exodus so far away only to just abandon them in this uncertainty. And the generation of the wilderness could not overcome that fear. But we are not condemned to repeat their mistakes. This is why we need to learn from their mistakes, because we can choose hope, we can choose courage, we can choose to believe that we are much more than those grasshoppers. And we can learn to see ourselves not through the eyes of the fear. And I hope that this portion will always, every year when it comes back, give us more courage to move forward into the future with God's promise of those beautiful and amazing places that are in front of us. And may we help one another to remember what is our strength when we forget it, and that the courage lies when we allow ourselves to lean towards one another. Shabbat Shalom. As we move to page 586 for the Aleinu, I would like to ask Katina and Marilyn to open the Ark. And one of the reasons why I'm asking you to open the Ark is because we are also going, would you please rise? We are going to have a blessing for all our June babies and all our June anniversaries. So please join me. So as it is the first Friday of the month, and Katina is the representative of all the June babies, and it is your birthday, and on the same day as your birthday, it's my dad's birthday, so I will never forget your birthday. And because you are mother of a June baby, it's your son's birthday tomorrow, and he's not here, but you're here, so it's a family business. So for all the June borns that are on June 3rd, Dania. On June 4th, it was our Nancy. June 6th is Justin. June 9th is Joy. On June 10th is Marty. June 11th, David Messer. On 28th of June, it's Liza's birthday. June 29th is Katina's birthday. June 29th, also Carl's birthday, Nancy's husband, my dad's birthday, and Elisa Ryan's birthday. So June 29th was a very, very fruitful day. And tomorrow it's Trudy and Neil's anniversary. And on June 13th, thank you, Luba, yes. Perfect, yes, please, yes. And on June 13th, it's Stella and Lou's anniversary. June 20th, Carol and Rob's anniversary. And June 21st is Carol and David Scher's anniversary. Did I miss anyone that we know about? No? So,
Oh, are we singing?
why not?
Oh. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear.
Oh,
All of you. Happy birthday to you.
lots of Mazel Tov, really hearty Mazel Tov, and may you will enjoy your day and the year to come. May you always celebrate your birthday and wedding anniversary with loved ones and with us, of course. And may you always feel God's presence within you. May the year will be easier than the previous year. May it will be a healthy year. May it will be a successful year. may it be a year that will bring many, many smiles and adventures and good news. And may you always be part of the community and able to celebrate every birthday with us in this beautiful sanctuary. Mazel tov. And thank you for opening the Ark for us and being our June representatives. And we are on page 586 with Aleinu. Aleinu לשבח לאדון הכל, לצאת גדולה נרצה בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי ארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא, שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסד הארץ, ומושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינתו זו בגובה מרומי, הוא אלוהינו עינות, אמת מלכנו אפס זולתו, ככתוב בתורתו, וידעת היום והשבות אל לבביך, כי אדוני הוא האלוהים בשמיים ממעל, ועל הארץ מתחת עינות, ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד. It has been said, Adonai will be sovereign over all the earth. On that day, Adonai will be one, and God's name will be one. Will you please close the ark? Thank you. Good job. Perfect. Please be seated. Thank you. And we are on page 595 with "There are stars up above."
There are stars up above, so far away we only see their light. Long, long after the star itself is gone. And so it is with people that we loved. Their memories keep shining ever brightly, though their time with us is done. But the stars that light up the darkest night, these are the lights that guide us as we live our days. These are the ways we remember. We remember as we live our days. These are the ways we remember. We remember.
tonight we observe the Yortzeit of our members and their loved ones, and we think about Ira Joseph Barbash, Rabbi David Kurdoz, Ida Edel, Louis Grassworth, Harris Lee Chaim Keller, Vivian Leibovitz, Philip Nitkin, Ben Peretz, Alfred Pomerantz, William Abrams, Dora Bartham, Rabbi Kurdoz, Lillian Sipley, Mark Combs, Nathan Dambo, Jean Eckhouse, Vivian Finkel, Benjamin Fisher, Muriel Goldberg, Sareva Greenbaum, Sam Greenberg, Bert Grossman, Louis Grossworth, Ruth Herman, Gerald Herenson, Ruth Hoffman, Evelyn Horowitz, Isidore Janoff, Patty Kever, Sean Lipson Holden, Gina Lipson Holden Young, Joshua Lipson Young, Francine Mayer, Shirley Michaels, Moses Pawanski, Joseph Posnick, Eleanor Pressman, Oscar Robbins, Ruth Rosen, Norman Sloven, Francis Steinberg, Paula Torfus, Miriam Wallerstein, Eleanor Wolf, Gerald Zaidman, and we think about families and loved ones of David Katz, a friend of Stella Minion, and all those who have been affected by the loss of their loved ones in the Middle East, and we're still during the month of Shloshim for Jamie Kavansky. And if there are any other names that you would like to mention, please do so. Kaddish Yatom, the mourner's praise on page 598. Would you please rise? יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, בעלמא דברה חיותה וימליך מלכותה, בחי חון ויום חון, ובחיי לכל בית ישראל, בעגלה ובזמן קריב, ואמרו אמן. יהיה שמי רבה מבורך לעולם עולמי עלמיה, יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא, ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל, שמי דקודשה, בריחו. לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, דאמירן בעלמה ואמרו אמן. יש לה מרה במן שמיה, וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו ויעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל יושבי תבל, ואמרו אמן. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us, to all Israel and all over the world, and let us say amen. Please be seated as we are almost at the end of our service. Just wanted to remind you that tomorrow morning we're celebrating Bat Mitzvah of Olivia Chandland here at 10 o'clock. If you would like to join us, please do so. And our final song for tonight is on page 142 with Shalom Aleichem.
Shalom Aleichem, שלחוני לשלום, מלאכי השלום, מלאכי עליון, ממלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא. שלום עליכם, שלום עליכם, מלאכי השרת, מלאכי עליון, ממלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש, הקדוש ברוך הוא. צאתכם לשלום, מלאכי השלום, מלאכי עליון, ממלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא. שלום עליכם, שלום עליכם, מלכי השרת, מלאכי עליון, ממלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש, הקדוש ברוך הוא.
May God bless you and keep you always. May God always shine his smile upon you and through you. And may God's light always shine upon you. And may you come to know this light and the greatness of all the blessings and the blessings of wholeness. And may you always feel God's presence within you. Shabbat Shalom.
Shalom.
Thank you, Luba. Thank you, Lyra. Thank you, James. And please join us for the oneg at the Lilienfeld. Shabbat Shalom.